have you been involved in any ESOPs or employee purchases of the business?
We have.
So tell me about that because that almost sounds interesting. The employees that work obviously, have some input, get something at the end if there's a benefit. How does it work for the owner when he's selling first, and then you can tell me about the employees?
Owners can do very well because it's a tax advantaged process. An ESOP's basically a trust that's a retirement plan. So if it's done correctly, and there's a lot of rules, the owners can benefit by selling the company and having tax advantage proceeds from that sale. It's going to be situationally dependent. But if somebody calls me up and it's a $2 million or $3 million a year revenue company and they've heard about ESOPs, it's too expensive. The reporting requirements, the trustee requirements. What I tell people, right or wrong, it's what I heard and what I believe, is that to really consider transitioning to an ESOP company, you should be revenue roughly 15 million and above, and EBITDA 15% or thereabouts. And if you're not clicking down those numbers, you're probably going to be floored by the cost of putting one of these plans together and then running it every year.
So tell me quickly, what's the cost, just so people know and they have a good understanding? What's the cost of putting it together, and then what's the cost of, managing it throughout the year at the end of the year?
Well, it's going to depend on the company, but six figures would be.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
You don't. ESOPs are complicated, and they are trust arrangements that are retirement plans. So there's a lot of rules around retirement plans, as there should be.
And does the owner walk away with cash at that time?
Sure.
Like is the company borrowing money from the bank to pay out the owner, or partial, or where does the cash come?
There's typically a loan. So ESOPs tend to have a lot of debt when they're formed, and so one of the questions I ask when an ESOP contacts us about buying a company is, how long have they been an ESOP? Because if they've been an ESOP for 6 months, they probably still have a lot of debt that they need to pay down. But if they've been an ESOP for 10 years, they're probably well into paying down that loan. And there's a lot of nuances about these it's not for the faint of heart, and it's not something you want to do without really good professional advisors.
So when you say six figures, is that because you have a lot of outside professionals coming in to do things and to manage, or is it internal? Is it your CFO, or is it your auditing firm?
Outside professionals.
Outside.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the employees benefit in that they receive, when the company's making money, dividends every year. Is it the loan paid off by the operation and the employee never pays anything out of their pocket?
Well, by definition, an ESOP is a retirement plan. So there's a vesting schedule, just like other plans that companies have, and that vesting schedule is defined. So employees who are there for that certain amount of time enjoy the value of that portion of the equity that they're entitled to based on that vesting plan. And then when they retire, they sell their stock back to the ESOP, or it's redeemed, I think would be the proper word. And so it's a form of retirement plan.
Wow, sounds complicated. And then it kind of feels like you're going to retire counting on other people.
Well, you are. You're counting on yourself if you're an employee. The idea is that it motivates employees to work harder to increase that value.
When an owner decides to take that route, is he staying on for a long time? Is he vacating the building? Because when you sell your company, from what I've seen, is most people don't last that long.
The ones that I'm aware of, the owners have stayed on. And typically, part of the ESOP funding comes from the owners in the form of seller debt.
Right.
So the
Okay.
sellers are motivated to stay on and perform and help pay down themselves, so to speak.
Wow. And how many do a lot of companies do that, or is it a popular avenue?
I think it's kind of spotty. I mean, there's a few in the printing industry. There's a couple in the printing industry that were bought. It's effectively a transaction. You're selling to a trust that's created as a
Right.
retirement plan to buy the company stock, and that have gone ESOP, to use that term, and then have then sold out of the ESOP structure.
And to
And
do that, it doesn't, that's just a regular transaction.
well, you need ESOP trustee approval. There's an approval process,
Right.
and some of them
There's,
have been quite good for the employees.
oh, I would think what a great way to motivate people. It's, you know,
It's it, it, but if it goes down, it's not so good.